This still photo shows the front objective of my AP160. The dew shield has already been retracted. The easiest way to retract the dew shield is to reach into the front edge of the dew shield and twist the ring. It's like a black knife edge baffle that runs around the inside of the dew shield. Just twist it and it will unscrew right out of the dew shield, and then you can retract the dew shield back to reveal the entire objective. There are 3 pairs of screws on the front edge of the objective around the edge. The larger hex head screw needs to be removed in order to pull the entire objective assembly out. Once you pull the objective assembly out, you can place it on a flat table. Be careful when you remove it. It's quite heavy, and if the back end of the telescope is allowed to swing free, like it is in my case, then the telescope could swing up and possibly hit something and cause damage. So just make sure you're careful when you pull the objective out. You can see from the front of my objective how dirty it is from the pollen. Mine needs to be cleaned on a fairly regular basis just because the pollen content is so high at the remote observatory where I keep the telescope. So don't be afraid to clean it. I use the Astro-Physics optical cleaning system, which contains Bader solutions, and that's what I use to clean the telescope. Before you can begin cleaning with the tissue and the fluid, you need to actually use a camel's hair brush or something very soft and a bulb to blow off as much of the loose debris as you possibly can. Take your time on this. Tip up the objective assembly on its edge so that the debris will fall free, and then you can clean it off from there. The instructions are very clear in the Bader cleaning kit, or the Astro-Physics cleaning kit, and just follow them very carefully. Be careful not to apply too much pressure when you wipe across the lens, and always go in the same direction. Use 1 clean tissue per wipe, and you can see from the video that's exactly what I'm doing. I spray a few pumps of the solution onto the Kleenex and do 1 wipe and discard the tissue. It'll take a few minutes to get most of the dirty stuff off the front, and then you can begin to try to really get it clean from that point. Depending on how dirty your objective is, it can take you a few minutes. Take your time as you're cleaning. There's no reason to be in a hurry to do any of this. Just be careful, use a light touch, and always try to keep the strokes going in the same direction. The last thing I do once I've gotten it clean according to the instructions is I use just a little bit of saliva on a finger to get some of the really tough spots that may not want to come off. You may not be comfortable with doing this, and that's okay. They're probably not going to impact anything that you do imaging or viewing anyway, but sometimes there's some tough ones that you want to try to get off. Finally, the last thing I'll do, and which is not shown in the video, is I'll actually use condensation from my breath to blow onto the lens and wipe off any remaining streaks or smears that might be there. And once you've done that, you're complete. You're ready to reinstall the objective. As you can see from the photos, we have a very clean objective. Just a little bit of time and effort, and you can have one too. Good luck. It's not that difficult. I know it's challenging, or it's a little bit disconcerting when you've got a nice telescope made by Astro-Physics, but it can be done, and it's not too difficult.